iHeartRadio Broadway, driven by Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
Hi, it's SJ Arniger for iHeartRadio Broadway. Today we're talking to one of our all-time favorite guests. Michael James Scott has a brand new Christmas album out titled A Fierce Christmas, out December 1st. Michael James Scott, welcome to iHeartRadio Broadway.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to see you. Your lovely face and your energy, all the things. It's
Well,
lovely to see you.
thank you, and it's so lovely to see you. You are one of iHeartRadio Broadway's favorite human beings. You always bring the energy, and you're always so much fun. So, first and foremost, how are you doing? How is life in quarantine? I know you and your husband just celebrated your first wedding anniversary, so congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I still can't believe we're here. We're still here and all of the craziness, but I am becoming more and more hopeful. I mean, even as doom and as like hard as it's been, I do feel like there is hope, and I just keep clinging on that. I am fine. I am good. I've been taking it day by day. I've been trying to do that so much more than I have like previously, because previously I'm like, what's next? What's in the future? What's this? What's this? And at this point, it's like, what is right now? So I
Yes.
am focusing on that. That has been really great. It's actually been really, it's been nice. I've gotten to talk to a lot of different people. I've gotten to connect to a lot of different people who I hadn't in a while. So it's good. I mean, my husband and we got to celebrate our 1-year anniversary just recently. And even it's quite a first year. We've been together for 11 years, but it's quite a married first year, if you will. But it's been amazing to spend time with him and be in the same space and together and all the things. I am more, I think I am, I'm more like, just devastated for just all of the like our community at this time of year and what that means for us, and the
Yeah.
energy of the excitement of the city. And when beautiful tourists come to the city to see Broadway shows and Radio City and all the lights and all the just all the things. So I'm doing all right, but I'm so bittersweet of this time right now, which is why this album sort of came about. But that, to answer your question, I am doing good. I am taking it
Good.
day by day.
Well, because the last time you and I talked was on the Growing Up Broadway podcast that I co-host, and it was
Yes.
still very new. Like, this whole quarantine situation was still so new. We all were kind of like,
Like,
I don't really,
what are we doing?
yeah. So it's nice to see that you're thriving in quarantine and you're able to still create art and to just be present in what we are all going through in the best positive way humanly possible.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm trying, boo. I'm trying. I'm trying. And I'm inspired by so many of my gorgeous artist friends around me, who are keeping in life. You keeping the conversations going, all the things, you know what I mean? So I am inspired by our community of artists and the artists around the world who are doing it. Like it drives me as well. So I'm just like trying to like jump on the train too. You know what I mean? Making sure that I'm on it. I'm with you. I'm in it.
So let's talk about you jumping on the Christmas album train. A Fierce Christmas, the single dropped today. And
Yes.
can I just tell you, I told you privately before this interview started, it is so freaking amazing. It is so good. And I feel like the only person that can have a Christmas album that is called A Fierce Christmas is you, sir.
Well,
Literally.
thank you. Oh my gosh. I love Christmas and holidays and all the things. Like I've been always obsessed with that since I was a little boy. And I this, for PS, I've been, people have been trying to get me to do an album for a long time. And my husband has been pushing me. He's like, like this needs to happen. It just needs to happen. I mean, he was, we were like, okay. Then cut to you know, we're in a pandemic. I'm like, I don't really know. Then I had a beautiful connection with a record label down in Orlando, my hometown, Orlando, Florida, Scratch 17. And they wanted to partner with me and like do this album. And I was like, and so my husband and I kind of looked at each other and we're like, okay, let's do it. And you know, the thing about it for me, like people practice Emmy speeches and Oscar speeches and all the things. I've known what my Christmas record was going to be for as long as I was practicing that since I was little, right? It's like,
Yep.
I'm like, I want this, I'll be home for Christmas, have you
Check.
like check,
Check.
check, 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 right? Like that's what I wanted to do. And it all made sense. You know, out of this crazy time, this racial awakening, this, you know, fighting for equality, fighting all the conversations that have been happening during a pandemic, PS, like in our country, and just sort of the intensity that we've had, the divisiveness that has gone on. It's just, it's so intense, to say the least. I wanted to do an album that was my protest, and my protest is joy. That's what I wanted to do. And so I wanted to be able to be, you know, I am in the Broadway community. I have been in the Broadway community for years. It is like home to me. I wanted to be, you know, but we don't have Broadway anymore. So right now, we don't have it right now. We
Just
will
now.
have it just
Yes.
right now. We don't have it right now. We will have
Yes.
it, and it'll be fiercer and all the things than ever when it comes back. But
We
it
just
will
have
be
to-
back.
It will be back. We just need to bide our time.
We just need to bide our time. Exactly. But I wanted to put it out there. It was like, you know what? No more being quiet. I'm like, I am a Broadway lead of color gay man. So why not put my face, put my joy, put the things that I believe in out there, because that is something that we are not seeing. And
Right.
so it was really important for me to do that. And for me, the holidays bring us together. It doesn't matter what side you're on. The holidays can bring you together. Music can bring you together. And then you combine holiday music together. For me, it was just like, well, it's a no-brainer. So that's how it all came about, and I am just like bursting that it's here.
Well, the sheer fact of the matter is we're all in this, you know, crazy situation together. This world is a little nuts right now, as we all know, but
Yes.
this album brings joy, and it brings joy, I hope, to the masses, because it is such a uplifting and hopeful album to produce right now. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really am. I'm just so proud of the work that we got to do so fast, because it all happened so fast. And P.S. remotely.
Well, that's my question. So what was it like recording an album in a pandemic, all socially distanced, I'm assuming? What was that process like for you?
Yeah. So I really wanted to be able to incorporate, if I did an album, I wanted to also be able to incorporate my gorgeous Broadway family, as well as my Disney Orlando amazing artists down there, like at home family, like just sort of, I'm like, can we get it all together? And at this time, because we're in, you know, we're remote, can we make it happen? Well, cut to, you know, my producer, music producer down in Orlando, Chet Gass, and then of course, as I said, the label Scratch 17, they worked with Jim Abbott on the single. Jim Abbott is an incredible musical director extraordinaire in New York City, Broadway, Disney, all the things. Jim arranged my single "Christmas Time Is Here," and which I'm just obsessed with. But the cool thing is that we got actual Broadway players, actual musicians there in New York to do remote stuff. So it's all live, which is amazing. I went down to Orlando, Florida, did my quarantine and all the things, and then actually recorded in the studio. So the vocals were done in the studio. And then down there, the musicians, they did like one session at a time, like one musician at a time, where they would go in and do this record. And then the they put it together, like they put it all together, which is insane. I mean,
It's
I'm just still
crazy.
blown away by it. So I'm just so excited that we got to have that camaraderie, if you will, of musicians and artists, and together to be able to make this happen, because it was just important to me. It was important to have basically Broadway, funk, gospel, big band fun on one
Well,
album. That was it.
well, that's the thing. I'm amazed when I talk to people who have artists who have put albums together during quarantine, and just the way it all gets pieced together at the end is just something that blows my mind, because we're also used to being in a studio where everything is like together and you're recording live. But it's amazing the creativity of musical directors and arrangers and producers that can piece these things together to have the sound that is created in a final product. It's absolutely stellar.
Yes, right. I really am. I'm with you. I'm blown away by the technology of it all and how it's able to actually come together. And when I heard it, I mean, I was so emotional because I was like, we are together, but we're apart. And it just shows you, what happens when artists come together, and the fierceness the fierceness truly that can happen
Yes.
when we can come together and make something magical.
Well, this album, as you said, it features pop, it features big band, it features rock, gospel. I mean, everything that you could possibly imagine is in this album. So the single Christmas Time Is Here, it's a true banger. It is so much fun to listen to.
Yes.
The thing I want to get to, though, and we touched upon this in our little private conversation, the arrangements that happen for this album are so beyond stellar. As a Christmas music snob, it is so it is so hard to create new and kind of inventive ways to produce Christmas songs that we all know and have known for 50 plus years. But
Yeah.
there's such a touch of new to all of them that they make you kind of go, wait, what direction is this song going in? So Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is like that, because it literally starts and you're like, wait, what song is this? And then it takes you into you singing Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas a cappella. Then it goes into a completely different world. The arrangements are just so good for this album. I can't stress it enough.
Thank you so much. That makes me just so happy. I am like, the arrangements for me, it really is like Christmas morning, like in terms of just sort of the gift of it. And when I got to, when I collaborated with my musical producer, Chet Gass, down in Orlando, who is just an incredible musical ear. And then, of course, Jim Abbott with my single, and who actually also contributed to some of the, another song with some of the organ stuff. But for me, it was exactly it. I am a Christmas album snob as well.
Snob.
And for example, it was not my ministry to do an original Christmas song. I just didn't. I was like, I'm going to leave that to Mariah. I'm going to leave that to, Carrie Underwood, to Faith Evans. Like, Faith Hill. I'm going to leave that to them. And I am going to cover what I think, I'm going to put my Michael James Scott spin on it and really, really make it, I guess make a statement, but still honor
Right.
the originals and still honor the timeless classics that are, these beautiful songs. So it was really important for me. I had them in my head, like the feel and where I wanted to go. I've had it for years in my head of what I wanted to do, and it just came to life. And so, for example, Christmas Time Is Here is such a classic, Charlie Brown Christmas. I always think I'm Franklin, the little chocolate one, when he's like dancing. Dun, 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 dun. Like, I'm like, yes, I'm Franklin. And then all of a sudden they sing, Christmas time is here. Like, they do the whole thing, right? And I'm obsessed with that song. It is a little, it's kind of, it can be a little bit sleepy, if you will,
Yes.
because it's just sort of like, it kind of just, goes,
It
I don't,
flows.
it flows. People never really cover that song at all. Like it's just never covered. And I just had this idea with it where I was like, I want to do a big band, like, Broadway, just like go for it with the horns, the brass, and all the things, and just turn it upside down and just go, which is what we did. So it started with that inspiration in terms of the songs and just where we wanted to go with them.
So is that your ultimate number one favorite Christmas song, or is another ultimate on here?
I think that my ultimate is Have Yourself.
It's mine too.
Is it? Is
It
it?
is.
I mean,
It is.
there's just, like the bridge, when it goes into the bridge, like, here we are as an olden day. Like, I don't know. It just it just does something to my soul when I hear it. And it's the ultimate for me. And so I knew it was going to be kind of the centerpiece of the album.
It, for me, Meet Me in St. Louis is my favorite Judy Garland movie. And so because of that, it has always been my favorite Christmas song. So to hear it again, I can't stress enough the arrangement for Have Yourself on your album. It is so, I don't want to say shocking, because it's not. That's not the word I want. It's just, it takes you in so many different directions and it just goes, wait, we're going in so many different directions, but it's all amazing at the same time. Like, I mean that in the best way possible.
Thank you. Well, it's so, like you said, people don't realize it's the only musical, the only Christmas song from a musical.
Right.
And actually from a musical. And people don't even know that it's from a musical.
Right.
A lot of people don't know. I mean, Broadway folks, we know what's up.
I'm going to have a counter how many times I do this during this interview.
I'm doing it with you.
My gosh.
So that's, that's exactly right. And we also I was inspired by, Barbra Streisand, Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, all of the gorgeous old school greats, and so I wanted to give homage to that. And then also put like, a little bit of like Yolanda Adams in there,
right?
And just sort of kind of really, or Donnie Kirkland, gospel artist, just sort of like give this big sense of epic, thing, and then we're gonna break it down as well,
yes.
So.
For those watching, I mean, I literally can't stress enough. Go download this album. It's available everywhere. Downloadable music is available. I promise you, you will have such an amazing time listening to it. Put it on while you're decorating the house. The songs are just so wonderful. Drink a cup of hot cocoa while you're listening to it. I promise you will not be disappointed in Michael James Scott, A Fierce Christmas, because is fantastic. That is
also
mine.
if just so your people, your viewers, your listeners out there, just so you know, if you're in the Orlando area, if you're in the Central Florida area, it was just announced just this past weekend that I am actually going to be performing. I'm actually going to be doing a live concert of the album outside in their new Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Front Yard series. It's this huge, crazy outdoor theater that they built. It's unbelievable. They got the funding.
It's gorgeous.
They pulled it off, so you know about it, right?
I do.
Like it's unbelievable, and I am so honored, and I am getting to be a part of the festival, and we're doing a big show. There's all the audience is socially distanced in pods throughout the front yard, the front lawn. The stage is enormous. There's going to be a 16-person choir. There's a 9-person band. There are 3 backup singers. It is like, 3 huge jumbotrons of screens, and everything is socially distanced. It's epic. It's epic. So
I'm glad you brought it up. It was actually my next question to talk about the concert. My follow-up to all that is, what is it going to feel like performing in front of a live audience in so long?
Girl, I'm like, I gotta pray to get through it, because it's emotional just thinking about the idea of even when you know the first chord is played, and just that's home for me, you know, like stage and music and you know connecting to an audience. I that's what I do. That's my happy place. And so I am, there aren't words to describe the emotional excitement that I feel about being able to come back home, and especially during this, during such a trying time for the world and our country, to be able to, you know, give people a little bit of joy, a little in live, and
Right.
doing the thing that we do on Broadway, what we do in this industry, and what that, the magic of live theater, of a live event.
And
So I can't wait.
I'm so happy you're doing it in Florida, because I know you're so proud of being a Florida boy. So I'm
Yes.
so happy that you're doing it in Orlando at the Dr. Phillips new venue. So congratulations on that as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really excited. So if y'all are around Central Florida area, the tickets just went on sale, which is very exciting and also scary. So come on out, because you know they're expecting it to do very well. So I'm a hometown boy coming back. You know, so it's like, come on now.
I'm so happy for you. My last question while we wrap this up, we're filming this a couple days before Thanksgiving. This probably won't go on iHeartRadio Broadway for a couple weeks, with Christmas. But what are you thankful for this year as we're just about to celebrate Thanksgiving?
My gosh, I am thankful for. I think, well, I know I'm thankful for my family, my husband, my my friends family, as I call them. But I'm also thankful for uh resilience in during this. I'm thankful that I have been raised to not be afraid to speak, and in a time that is so polarizing, I am thankful that that I actually, without getting too deep, that I am standing on the back of ancestors who tried to speak and who started to speak, and made a way for me to speak and to sing and to spread joy and to do the things that are not expected, from someone who looks like me. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that we are having conversations. I'm thankful that um, we can hear each other, and I am praying that we really continue to hear each other, because we just haven't for so long. So for me, that's what I'm really thankful for. I'm thankful that I can speak my truth.
Well, we are thankful for you. You are one of our ultimate favorites for iHeartRadio Broadway. We're so happy for you. Michael James Scott, A Fierce Christmas. The single is out now. I promise you, please download it when it's out fully, what's the date it's out again?
December 1st.
December 1st. So,
Yes.
Michael James Scott, thank you so much. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, a very happy holiday, and we're so excited to see your concert at the Dr. Phillips Center.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. You know, I love me some iHeart Broadway now. You know it. You know it. So I love it. Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure getting to see you and your beautiful, beautiful energy.
Thank you so much. And we'll talk soon. Thanks again.
Mwah.